manifest gonna get those pictures. Hi.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. So the last couple of videos have been pretty short, so I want to make sure I give you guys a long one this week. And I thought maybe we could just spend the weekend together. So it is Saturday morning, and in a little bit I'm going to be heading out to Charmaine's house. We're going to Vandula Farms. We haven't been to Vandula since last year, so every winter they close down for a few months and they reopen in the spring with like all this new stuff, and they move things around, and it's always like a really nice refresh. Like they obviously do a lot of work in their like closed time, so very excited to see what they have. They have this like spring market sale going on today, so like plants and pots are all on sale, and I think they have like a food truck, and it's just gonna be like a fun time. As you can see, the sun is shining. Well, maybe you can't see, but it is shining. It's shining as much as it can in this dark house. I feel like it went from like winter to summer overnight. It is so hot in here. So we're gonna go to the vent, we'll do our like usual car chat, and then I have a bunch of plant chores I want to do at home. Lately I've had a lot more energy for things. I wake up with more energy. Like this morning I was up at 7:30. It's Saturday. Like I just feel more awake and alive to the world. But anyways, that's the video today, and as you can see, we are filming in a different location today. This is my actual bedroom. Usually when I film on a bed, that's like my guest bedroom, but this is like the actual bed that I sleep on. You guys know that I've been doing a lot of refreshing around the house. I've been redecorating and cleaning and just purging a lot of the stuff that I don't need anymore. So right now the bedroom is kind of what I'm chipping away at slowly. So it's not done. It's like not even close to done, but I got a very exciting package in the mail, and I thought maybe we can outfit this bed together because it's naked. It doesn't have anything on it. Like I don't sleep on a white bed. Ta-da! So today's video is sponsored by Brooklinen. Brooklinen is a Brooklyn-based company that provides beautiful and simple home essentials without the luxury markup. So if you're anything like me, you might find it hard to like invest the time and money to refresh your bedroom and just make it beautiful because nobody else sees it but you. So you're almost like, well, what's the point? So you invest time and energy into your living space, dining, kitchen, but at the same time, it's like your nest that you return to at the end of the day, and you recharge here. So it's so important to make sure your bedroom is like a place that you're excited to return to at the end of the day. Because I'm born in the year of the rabbit, and one characteristic of rabbits is that your nest, like your immediate surroundings, are so important to your mental health. So when I don't like my space, it really affects my mood a lot. So it's been very evident in my refresh that every time I refresh a space, it gives me such a mental boost and it makes me so happy. So this whole house refresh project has been so good for me. I can't even tell you. Bedding is something that always confuses me. So I'm kind of easily confused on the best of days, but it's so hard to find something that matches your own aesthetic while being affordable. So usually when I'm shopping for bedding, there's like one of two scenarios. I either get so confused with like all the options and then I give up before I check out, or I can only afford like one or two elements before I max out my budget, which is why I am such a huge fan of Brooklinen's hardcore sheet bundles. Because of the ability to mix and match different colors and patterns and build a full bedding set, so you get a fitted sheet, a flat sheet, 2 pillowcases, a duvet cover, and 2 extra pillowcases for your second set of pillows. And even though Brooklinen was kind enough to gift these to me, that entire set would have been well within my budget because you get 25% off when you purchase the bundle. So when I was building my bundle, I picked the color toffee for like the sheets because I mean, it should be obvious by now, I'm kind of like a warm earth tones kind of girl. And for the duvet cover and the pillowcases, I picked window pane. So that's white with this like pinstripe pattern. I wanted to brighten up the room with the white, but I'm kind of a scaredy cat when it comes to white sheets. Like I love the look of a white bed, but like Huxley sleeps on the bed with us, and like he's got eye boogers and like tear stains and stuff. So I appreciate that there's a bit of a pattern to it. And I chose the luxe option, which is like a sateen material, which as we're creeping into summer, I wanted bedding that was cool and crisp and really soft, especially since my boyfriend sleeps a lot hotter than I do. So this is going to satisfy us both quite equally, I think. And I don't know if you know this about me, but summer is like by far my least favorite season. Like I hate being hot. So anything that's gonna give me comfort in the hot months, I'm very grateful for. So we're gonna outfit the bed, because after like a really long day, especially like a planty day with a lot of people, I can just come into my bedroom and see like a made bed with brand new sheets. So that's the plan. Let's get her on the bed. Oh my gosh. You guys, you don't know how happy this makes me. Corner ties. I've been living with corner ties for the past few years, and like I cannot go back to corner tie-less duvet covers, so I'm very, very happy. Also, this duvet cover is inside out right now, on purpose. If you don't put your duvet cover on this way, you might be struggling a little bit more than you need to. So you get all your corner ties on, inside out, and then you reach inside, grab the corners, and just flip it inside out again. Grab the corners, flip, flip. I'll update you guys tomorrow on my experience sleeping in these sheets, so make sure you stay till the end of the video. Yeah, it already feels a lot cooler than my previous bedding. I'm expecting today to be a really hot day, so I'm very much looking forward to coming home, taking a hot shower, and crawling into bed. If you're looking to stock up on bedding and bath essentials this year, Brooklyn is giving my viewers $20 off every order over $100 using my code YDEGH20, which stands for You Don't Even Grow Here. Huge thank you to Brooklyn for sponsoring this video. So now I'm gonna go pack up my stuff and head out to Charmaine's house. So the next time you're gonna see me is probably gonna be in Charmaine's car. She's gonna be driving now because we're doing this thing where she drives so she doesn't puke. I drive like a sports car, which is quite low to the ground. So even on the best of days, she gets really nauseous, and like being so low to the ground and feeling all the bumps and stuff, she gets really nauseous. I'm pretty sure it's not because of my driving, but she might be too nice to say. Anyways, I'm gonna bring my camera today, but I'll probably be filming on my phone as well. So the only thing about filming on my phone is that like there's a huge drop off in audio quality. So just to give you a little bit of warning, like it's kind of always a little bit jarring when I switch over to like a different, like my inbuilt phone mic. So just to give you a heads up, it always hurts my ears a little bit. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff now and we'll be on our way. So I'll see you in a bit. This is the worst angle again. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, I hope you're concentrating on plant chores right now instead of watching the screen.
Don't look. It's so bad. It's giving Uncle Fester.
Everyone say hi to Charmaine.
Hi, Charmaine.
Hooray! Can you tell that my face is swollen on this side? Right here.
Oh. Why? What happened? Did you get in a fight?
So you know how like my tooth broke on this side?
Oh yeah.
And then I was only chewing on this side, and I think I really stressed out my jaw. And then now it's just, there's so much more thickness on this side than this side.
That's so weird. Well, maybe that's why my right side is, maybe that's why my face is lopsided in general. You know, how I've had this missing tooth for like 13 years or something.
Do you avoid chewing on it?
Yeah, I don't ever chew on this side. I always chew on this side. Because I'm missing one of my big teeth.
Oh, so it's not effective?
Yeah, it's like...
But is it uncomfortable to chew, or just doesn't
like especially if it's something like crispy, you know? Like it hurts, it like scratches my gums. But yeah, sometimes I catch myself in like, you know, in my videos, I'm like, holy crap, my face is so lopsided.
My face is super lopsided, but even more now because like this side is so much bigger than the other side. I can't tell. Okay. Charmaine thinks she's showing too much skin
I feel so. This is how I dress like every day in California, but for some reason when I wear it here,
it was winter 2 days ago.
That's true.
And then suddenly you're in full summer gear and your skin doesn't feel right. I wanted to buy you a drink.
Let me buy you a drink.
Yeah.
You want to go to Starbucks?
If you want.
I do.
Okay.
Did you eat already?
No, I'm starving. I
so
woke up
starving.
at 7:30.
I did too.
I was so like, I was like, I'm just gonna take my time. I'm not gonna be stressed. And like, I don't know where the time went. I feel like the day's already over. Do you know what food truck is there at Vandula?
I have no clue, actually.
I hope it's like hot dogs or something.
Oh, that would be so nice. Yeah, I hope it's nothing like fancy.
Well, if it's just like sweets, then it's not really gonna.
Oh gosh.
That's not gonna like.
I'll check in the drive-through. Cause yeah, I'd be sad if it was just a sweets truck and not food.
Yeah, but also I'm craving like a lemon sorbet.
That's random. But you know,
So refreshing.
Yeah. I want like a pink lemonade. Every time it's a sunny day, Alice is always like, I could have a lemonade.
Well, that's what we're getting right now. I'm getting a peach green tea lemonade.
Ooh, is that what I got last time with you?
Mm-hmm. 2 ventis.
2 ventis, please. Wait, what is it called? A green tea.
Peach green tea lemonade.
Peach green tea lemonade. Venti, please. 2. Her boyfriend calls me Chundler, by the way. It's so fitting. Like, I feel like I should move from Sherman to Chundler. Everyone's gonna be like, wait, what happened?
So he called you Chundler, and I was laughing so hard. And then, like, an hour later, he was like, is it supposed to be Chandler? He doesn't call you Charmaine anymore. It really stuck.
I love it. It's so serendipitous, Chandler.
Chandler.
How it happened that way. Where does it show, like, who's gonna be at the pop-up? Oh, it's hot dogs!
It's hot dogs! We're gonna get
You
hot dogs.
manifested that. You manifested
How did...
Oh, and it's
Japa Dog! Have you ever had Japa Dog?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I've been wanting one,
Their butter shoyu fries are so
Fuck,
good.
what is it? Peach
green tea lemonade.
Peach green tea lemonade. 2 venti, please. Peach green tea lemonade.
Hi there, what can I get started please today?
Hi. Can I get 2 venti peach green tea lemonades, please?
Sure.
And that's gonna be it.
The 1103.
Okay, thank you. That was so scary. I messed up twice.
I've never seen you order like that before. I need to sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
I don't think I have allergies, but I'm feeling it this year.
I have really bad allergies this year.
They can like come up later in your life, right? I've never had an allergy in my entire life.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people develop more allergies as they age.
It's so sad. Do you know what's not sad? My micro clovers are coming up.
Woo!
I planted a micro clover lawn.
Oh, that's exciting.
Creeping time, hopefully it survives and it fills out, so it's gonna actually be green and not just like a dirt patch. I don't think it'll flower this year, but maybe next year it'll flower and all the little bees are gonna love it.
Oh, little fat bumblebees.
Yeah.
I've never heard you congested before. Thank you.
I know, weird, right? I think it's just because I sneezed.
You sound so sultry. Hi. Peach green tea lemonade. Venti 2.
Lemonade. Venti 2.
Venti 2. Quantity 2.
Size, venti, quantity 2.
Why do you sound like friggin' Siri? What the heck?
Can you do it?
No, not like that. Quantity 2.
Yeah.
No, but you actually sound like
Because my voice is lower.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So many Rotties with their tails now.
It's grape.
So grape.
I love seeing a Doberman with his ears intact.
Oh, I know. They're just babies.
Yeah, they're just floppy and they look so
cute.
Yeah. So pretty.
I just love all the doggies. I feel like we should go to like a shelter one day and just go look at the doggies.
Oh, we're gonna come back home with a dog.
It's okay. We could come home with worse.
So Charmaine's been like kind of entertaining the idea of a second dog
for so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know that you can like adjust to a large dog just based on the cost alone of feeding them.
Dude, when I actually looked into like how much
they
food
eat, yeah,
I was like, my bank account would scream.
Yeah.
Like If I was feeding kibble, it would be fine, but not raw.
Well, I mean, you couldn't feed one dog raw and one dog kibble. It would be so mean.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Imagine. It's just like,
It's just like, what? And probably just like, yummy,
so
yummy.
good. Lamb, what are you having today? Starch? Imagine some dogs just eat like the same dry food their entire life. Like,
that's most dogs, though.
That's so sad. There should be a rule that you switch it up. Give them a different flavor. At least put some like fish juice on top of it.
You were saying, was it your cousin's dog that ate pho?
My ex-boyfriend's dog.
Oh, okay.
Dude, like for how many years that dog was alive, only had Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
Healthiest dog ever.
My brother-in-law's dog, he passed because he was like 15 or something, but he pretty much just ate anything. Like he ate the cheapest kibble, but then he'll eat like Indian, like curry and stuff. Like they just gave him, like he's just like a garburator that they threw all the food down.
Yeah, it was like that, all the scraps, everything, like down to some bones too. I'm like, don't they choke on that? Like, how is this?
I know, because
happening?
you can like pierce their innards.
I know, it's like every rule that like they tell you to not do with dogs, she did it for so many years. And
That's
that dog
scary.
I know, and that dog never went to the vet once, lived outside. It's insane. But definitely ate better than I did.
So are you looking for anything in particular
Yes.
today?
I want to see if they have, I need Lecca. I kind of want colored Lecca again, like the black one, if they have any. I don't know.
There's just such small bags though. But you're not doing the whole pot. You're just doing the
Just
bottom.
like the little ones, yeah. Especially the ones that are like in my living room. Like when I just want to add a reserve down the bottom. I like black more than the brown.
Terracotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too late to do wildflower seeds. If they have any.
I don't think so.
I really want to put some in like a planter on my balcony and then also sprinkle some in the neighborhood.
They're gonna hate that.
I know. But there's like no bees in our neighborhood this year.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. I'm like, where the hell are they? And usually like that whole hill has like wildflowers and there's just been none.
I wonder if it's just because like the temperatures rose so late this year.
Maybe. I'm like, I'm scared of bees, but at the same time, it's like kind of depressing not seeing them around. Like, that doesn't seem normal. So
Yeah,
anyway,
true.
wildflower seeds. I'd love to get a paradoxa if I could.
I really want one, but yeah, I was going through expenses and stuff, and it just like it hurts. It hurts.
It burns.
But at least I'm happy.
Yeah, at least I'm happy.
I traded all my money for happiness.
You know what? Being happy is such a luxury that you don't realize is a luxury till you don't have it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Feeling stuck is one of the most like frustrating and like
For sure.
depression-inducing things.
It's like, you know, when you're sick and then you're like not sick anymore and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna take this for granted. Like,
Yeah, totally.
It feels the same way. I wake up and I'm like, I'm happy today. I'm happy today.
I want to get out of bed.
Yeah. Even on like gloomy days, I'm like, it's gloomy and raining and I'm happy. What
Yeah, I
the
feel alive.
frick?
This year has just been so much better.
I know. Thank God for 2023.
I feel like it was like 3 straight years of
Misery.
Yeah. Although at the start of the pandemic, I was very happy.
She was the only one happy about the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously lucky that like the situation I was in was like just very peaceful, and
It was like the best and worst year, I would say. Best for my social anxiety, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not expected to socialize anymore, but worst because I was like, oh, I'm depressed.
if that didn't happen, we would never have met, I don't think. Do you think you would be as into plants as you are if the pandemic hadn't like just skyrocketed plants as like a huge focus because you had nothing else to really like focus your energy on?
I almost like part of me wants to believe that like I inherently just like love plants, but I can't also say that the pandemic had no role in where I am now in terms of the hobby.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I kind of do think things would be a lot different if the pandemic didn't happen. So
Yeah, because I don't think we would have really joined any sort of plant community if it wasn't for the boredom.
Yeah, truly.
So
truly.
like the community and then making plant friends is yeah, I feel like I would have still been doing the whole garden center plant thing.
Yeah.
And like very isolated on my own.
Right. I mean, because like I had imported before I joined the group, but I don't know if I would be importing as much because I only did that in the States. Like I would have no way to do it here. Like, and I don't think I would have taken the initiative to like get my own import license or whatever. So I feel like the pandemic plus the plant group itself sort of like opened that door for me.
Yeah.
And also I think like going along the lines of friendship, if it wasn't a pandemic and like my social life was the same as it was, I don't think that I would care so much about making online friends or even putting the energy to like get to know anyone. I think because like we were all so isolated, like we sort of opened ourselves up more to being able to like make these connections, whereas normally we'd be like too busy for it, you know?
Yeah, like 'cause you just kind of stick to your work circle or
like the amount of friends that Vince has and like the amount of social things that we were already doing, I don't think I would have had it in me to like make more friends and be like, no thank you.
Yeah.
I'm good, I'm exhausted.
And we were kind of just lucky because it just happened. We were like, I want to make some friends.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe at some point in our lives we would have gotten to a place where we wanted to like actually go out and look for communities where we can find real friends.
I think so too.
But it takes a lot for me to want to do that because we're so
and we're only
not
getting
social.
older. Yeah. Like
kind of set in our ways.
It kind of like happened at the perfect time, I think.
Yeah.
And like I think if Jane's kids were any younger than they were when we met her, I don't think she'd have the capacity either to like even get the group to where it was at that point and want to like make more friends. So
yeah,
it was all very, very serendipitous.
It looks like peak July summer.
Dude,
today.
I know, it looks dry and hot as hell.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna rain tomorrow though.
I know, it's so random. The freaking weather here. And then it's supposed to like thunder next week. Yeah, there's like lightning in the forecast. I'm like, what the
Maybe it's
hell?
not snow.
Snow? Don't you dare, okay? Trying to get Pudge to poop in the snow is a
because he can't smell anything.
No, and he's like, he doesn't like pooping in the snow, so I have to like clear a little patch for him. It's a whole thing. He doesn't like touching the snow with his paws, but also doesn't like using shoes, like snow boots.
He's a picky one. Dogs usually love snow.
I know. I'm like, can you just be a regular? Look, I brought you to Canada for snow and you hate it.
When so Huxley's been wearing a comb, right? Because he had the eye injury, so we want to make sure he's not like just like fussing with his eye and pawing it and like possibly scratching it again. He was trying to sniff the ground with his cone, and the cone just like goes like this and covers his face, and he's just sniffing the bottom of the cone.
So sad. Huxley looks so like pitiful in a cone. It's the saddest thing.
Every dog looks so sad.
But especially Huxley. You have to show him the video. Put in the video of him wagging his little nubby. It's so cute.
Huxley, his tail doesn't wag, and I can only think of 2 times his tail ever wagged even a little bit. The first time was at the vet when he was meeting his vet for the first time, and the second time was at this vet.
Oh, he just really likes the vet.
I don't understand.
I mean, hey, the heart wants what it wants, as I've said.
Yeah, but it just goes like.
It's so little.
Yeah. You know, it's like some Frenchies like really shake their butts instead of wagging their tail. He doesn't even do the butt shake.
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of freaking cars.
Oh my gosh.
Well. If it isn't the entire plant community.
Holy crap. I can't believe Joppa Dog is here. I'm so excited.
No, for real. If I get stuck in this parking lot, I'm getting out and you're getting in the car. I'm gonna scream.
Okay.
No, we'll be fine. There's hella parking.
Oh, tons of parking.
People just don't want to walk.
Wow. We're here.
Ooh, I'm not parked centrally.
Centered up. Okay, see you guys inside. I wonder if Jane's here.
Stop trying to make Norfolk signs happen.
You gonna get a Denzi?
I really want one. Zenzi.
It's so
It's $20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, okay. Well, you're coming home with me. Yeah. Oh, I think it was $40 at Devon.
I thought it was like $49.99.
Ooh. Okay. Can you help me pick one? This one's not bad.
That one looks full.
Really full, and like the leaves are. Oh, that one's nice too.
I think this one's full.
And this one's gonna need a really cute pot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming. Yeah. I just watched your video yesterday.
I didn't even want to touch it.
You do not want to overpot, because if you overpot, you go too big, your medium stays wet too long, and you kill your roots, the new ones you were praying for, right? So for this plant, I think that's a good one. You want to get up at 1 or 2 more years of growth, and so that's a 6-7 inch pot, and so that looks about the right size. Just by the suitable level or where the new growth comes, okay? Don't bury it too far.
This is part of the vlog.
I'm like so shiny. Okay, I'm gonna leave my face out of this.
My blush is like patchy. God, the e.l.f. putty blush, don't get it. It's awful.
Really?
It gets, I don't know, it gets like clumped. It's weird.
Oh. Well, we're heading to a different garden center now.
You're so funny.
Called Art Now. Do not look at my face. I'm so shiny. We were just talking about how like oily girls, we find ourselves disgusting when we're shiny, but then on other girls we're like, oh, you look so glowy.
It's dewy, okay?
Oh no, I can't look at my face right now.
You're not even shiny.
Yeah, I am. I feel like I was like just not sweating, but just like hot, so that it gets shiny.
It was very hot in there. I'm literally gonna pee myself, but they only have a porta potty at Vandula.
Yeah, we don't.
I would rather pee in a cup than a porta potty.
But you go camping and stuff.
You know what? Peeing out in nature is the best way to do it. But peeing in a porta potty is
but
like
sometimes they have those
opposite.
outhouses, you know?
Oh no.
At those campsites.
Even if they do, I'll go in the woods. The only thing you have to worry about are bugs flying at your
crevices.
into the
Into the dark.
into the darkness.
got a plant. I got a plant. I'm gonna show them your plant because.
Well, it's our plant.
Well, yeah.
we're
So
sharing.
the three of us are all sharing this plant. It's such a cute little philodendron green splash. Look at this variegation.
I should have given Jing a cutting before she left.
Well, we're gonna see her next weekend. We're gonna see each other next weekend for the Equiflora or Tropicals pop-up. Oh, my plant's all the way back there. No, I'm gonna show you guys when I get home. So yeah, I didn't film that much at Vandula just because there was so many people.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah, and I feel very awkward, and people don't want to be in videos. They don't even know what it's for. So I filmed when I could. I was a little bit overwhelmed because there's always so much to look at Vandula.
Yeah.
But I was very good, and I kept it to one plant.
No, we both did really good actually.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna go back for a bird.
And the plant that I got was way cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like $40.
I thought it was gonna be 40. 40 was gonna be my number 2.
But it was $20. But what do you want to get at ArtNet? Is ArtNet the place that has a Persia?
Well, yeah, they had the Persia. I want to see if they have any cool cacti or succulents. And just, I mean, it's not gonna happen, but if they have any crunchy pots. I always like hold out hope that they're gonna have crunchy pots.
I think it's discontinued. Oh yeah, Charmaine also got wildflower seeds.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pot it on my balcony and then I'm gonna sprinkle it in the neighborhood, even though people will probably be annoyed that I do that.
But they're so cute. She got just like California poppies and then like a Pacific Northwest blend, which does include poppies.
Yeah.
Well, there's poppies on the photo, but it doesn't say what's actually inside that blend.
It's so cute.
So cute.
So
I bet there's like grasses and like.
It's gonna be magical. I'm just not gonna like the bees that swarm my balcony, but I'm gonna help the earth.
They flower like late summer or like midsummer.
Oh.
Well, at least the poppies. Poppies just randomly spring up in my garden, and it's usually like later in the summer.
Oh, it's cute.
It depends on the weather, I guess.
Isn't it dropped there by like birds and stuff? Like, how does it get there?
They seed really readily, right? All those little poppy seeds, and they get blown around, I guess, or like birds eat it, they poop it.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Or I don't know. I want to. So Karen really wants to build a mason bee house in our yard.
Cute. We have one in our, like right around the corner on the trail. It's so cute.
Yeah, they don't really sting.
No.
And they don't.
They just leave you alone.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, gonna turn this off. See you at
God,
our
this
camp.
angle out. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
$20.
These pings are cute.
I know. Look, they're targeted, no drainage. Cool.
You should get a sundew.
I kill every carnivorous plant that
But
comes to my house.
do you give it swampy?
Yes. But I think it's like, no, it's the water and the mud.
Oh, the distilled water.
I wish it was like redder though.
It's like a poor quality
It
strawberry.
looks like an unripened one, but it's so cute actually. Oh yeah, you're gonna find a pot for your
Yeah. They might not have the perfect one. Oh, that's
This is
cute.
very, very, very cute.
$10?
Yeah. Your Zenzi actually might look really cute in that one.
I know, but we're separating it, so
Oh.
right?
But I think it will still be fun. That's cute.
That's true.
That's true and cute.
That's very true and cute. Oh my gosh.
That is so adorable.
That's perfect.
That's the one.
Yes.
That was serendipitous.
So today is Sunday. After I got home yesterday, I didn't end up filming. I was actually really tired, but we had some errands we needed to run. So I dropped my stuff off and then we had to go buy, we had to buy feed for the snakes, which is rats. Our rat supplier lives like a 45-minute drive away, so we had to drive out there, and then we went grocery shopping, then we made dinner, and I can't remember what else I did after dinner, but I felt like I was just busy just dealing with a lot of stuff and like little house chores and stuff. Oh right, of course, last night I also had to finish editing and uploading my video that would have went up last Sunday. So I had a very busy afternoon / evening, and there was no time to film. But today I did a little bit of filming on my camera as I did some more errands. So I had to go to Home Depot. Right now I'm doing a lot of gardening outside, so there's just a ton of yard work to do. I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm working on in just a second, but we had to go to Home Depot to get a bunch of soil, like as much soil as would fit in my car. And I took some phone footage of some stuff that's in the Home Depot Garden Center in case you guys are interested. So they had this clearance rack of cacti and succulents, and I was so tempted by this one. I think I have it already, but this one was humongous and it's only $6, but I didn't grab it because my succulent shelf is actually at full capacity right now, but I really like this one. And also like this blue spiky guy, I have this one as well, not quite as big, but like, all of these were $6 and they look really healthy. I don't know why they're on clearance. They also had giant alocasia green dragons. I didn't actually look through to see if there was any variegation, but they were really pretty. I recently had to throw my green dragon out because it was so neglected and just shriveled up, and it was 90% at death's door, so I kind of just decluttered that. They also had these like really nice white pots. This one in particular, I think it was the 10 or 12 inch, and I think it was around $10, so it was like a really great deal if you're looking for a big white pot. It had a really nice eggshell kind of finish, really nice and clean, and they had it in a bunch of different sizes. Some more pots I liked. There's this, I don't know if it would go with my decor, but this like kind of oxblood color, and this yellow one I thought was really cute. There wasn't really much to write home about in terms of the plants though. It must have been like recently picked over by the weekend crowd. So I ended up just getting like 4 big bags of soil, a new garden hose because our hose is like leaking and it just drives me crazy. And that's pretty much my haul from Home Depot. And then we went and grabbed some coffee before heading home. And then at home, so what I'm working on right now in the front yard is a micro clover lawn. I am so sick of just having like a dirt patch in my front yard because grass just doesn't grow there. Like grass lawns are hard to grow like at the best of times, but that area, because I have a giant tree in my front yard and it just is all roots in the ground, so there's very poor soil quality. There's only so much building up I can do of soil before it's all gonna come spilling out the sides. So I've been kind of thinking about doing a micro clover lawn or just a clover lawn in general for a few years. I haven't actually done it until this year. So I did a lot of research, not a lot. I did a good amount of research, like an hour or two of research. I'm a part of this Facebook group. It's local to me, and the people in those groups are freaking hardcore. Like they know everything, and there's a lot of members, so there's a lot of information for me to dig through on other people who've done clover lawns. Most of the feedback is positive. Most people really loved how full and easy it was. They grow well in poor soils, and they make the soil better because they're good at nitrogen fixing, and they form relationships with the bacteria in the soil, and they kind of outcompete other weeds. In general, it just kind of revitalizes the area, and of course the clovers flower and the bees really love it in the summertime, so they bloom in the summer. I don't know that they will bloom in the first season that they're planted. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think that they bloom in the first year. And the best part is that they really don't need water. I think I read someone's, they had like kind of like a ongoing updates on like the progress of their lawn, 6-month update, I think 1-year update. And she said that whole summer she watered her clover lawn like once. It really didn't need water otherwise. And they're resistant to yellowing from dog pee, which is like great for me because like the dogs pee in the front lawn. So last week I put down the seed, and 1 week in we have little tiny clovers sprouting. It's so exciting. So I'm super hopeful that the clover will grow and it will spread, and we're gonna have like a green, adorable little clover lawn all through the summer, and it will stay green. And then I also had creeping thyme planted in the flower bed, which I'm trying to have it there so it will outcompete the grass. I don't know if it will, but they should also be pretty drought tolerant too. I get quite a lot of sun there, and in the summertime pretty much everything dies because I'm really bad at keeping on top of watering, and like with the water restrictions, like I never get the schedule quite right. I always miss the window when I'm allowed to water, and I don't do sprinklers or anything. So if you guys are interested, I can definitely do some updates on how the creeping thyme is doing, if it spreads. I think it's much slower growing than the clover. I probably will need to buy more to plant kind of throughout. And then the hope is that like the garden bed is all going to be creeping thyme with like my container plants, and then just full lush micro clover as the lawn where the dogs go pee. And then the back garden is in such a state of disarray. I really don't do much through the winter, obviously, but I haven't been raking or anything because I've been told that, you know, a lot of the pollinators will kind of burrow into like the dead leaves and stuff and hibernate there. I'm not an expert on critters. While I was back there, I remembered that I needed to check on my carrots, which I didn't harvest last year. So they've been in the ground for over a year. I was certain that they weren't going to be full, long, nice looking carrots because I neglected the water so much last year that I'm pretty sure that the carrots had no water to really like chase. So as expected, the carrots were like really stubby and weird looking, but it was actually really fun. I love planting root vegetables. My veggie garden it's very sad, and it doesn't get harvested very much. So I have potatoes, carrots, kale, chives, and sage growing there. I've tried rosemary a couple of times, but the rosemary always dies. But I love planting root vegetables because I love the treasure hunt when you're like harvesting and just digging through and seeing what comes up. It's so serotonin inducing. So this year I want to plant in more potatoes. You know how they say like when you plant potatoes, you don't really have to plant it again. Like every year you're always going to miss some, so they're going to grow more and you're just going to have potatoes forever. So 2 years ago I planted potatoes. Basically that whole container was potatoes. We harvested that fall, and then we didn't plant again, and the next fall we had some potatoes, but not nearly as much. So I really want to plant more so that I can have like a nice harvest in the fall. I can use it for like a couple of months. I'd probably be harvesting near to like end of September or something. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what's actually like, what have you planted that doesn't need full sun, first of all, because I don't get enough sun back there to grow something like tomatoes, but I need something that's not going to be super thirsty, need a lot of maintenance. But really, I'm not trying to be a vegetable farmer. I don't have enough time to be really tending to a veggie garden, but something like potatoes has been so good because it was so low maintenance, and you just kind of have to go in and add some soil around the plant as it grows taller, but that's pretty much it. So if there's nothing else quite as easy as potatoes, I'm just gonna keep planting potatoes because I eat a lot of potatoes. So anyway, we are here today. I wanted to do some repotting with you guys. First of all, I wanted to show you what I picked up yesterday, because I did show you, but not really up close. Just to recap, we went to Vandula, and then we went to another garden center called Art Nap. So at Vandula, I went there with the intention to buy this plant. So I don't think I've been very vocal about this plant in particular being on my wish list. In the back of my mind, I've kind of been obsessing over this plant ever since I saw it in Vandula's story. And I think they posted this like right before they reopened for the spring. But I picked up this ZZ Zenzi. I think I know the wholesaler that they got it from, and I thought they were $40, but this was actually only $20. So there are 4 stalks in here. So I'm gonna be separating 2 out, one for Charmaine and one for Jing. And we're going to pot mine up separately. So I'm gonna have 2 stalks in my pot. another plant the three of us are sharing. This is my cutting. This is a philodendron cream splash. I showed you this plant in the cart, but Charmaine just broke one little piece off for me when we were saying goodbye. We picked this one because the variegation was, you know, striking enough and consistent enough and looked different enough to Brazil, because honestly 99% of the time I can't tell the difference, but this in particular, because it has more of the white, because I find a lot of times when people are like selling cream splash as cream splash, it kind of just has the lime and it really lacks the white, at least like it's not white consistently. The newest leaf has a little bit of white, so I thought that was really cute, and obviously this is going to be super easy to propagate. I just have it in water right now. I'm just gonna kind of just leave it here and it's just gonna root, and then I'll pot it up probably in pond. But I wanted to show you my Rio. I don't remember the last time I showed it on camera, but I think it is just so cute. I'm really into this plant right now. How cute is she? I think the Rio is just the prettiest, like, Brazil cultivar. I love how elongated they are, and like that gray color is so pretty, and I just think when this grows really full and trailing, I think it'll just be so pretty. So just gonna show you side by side with the cream splash. What's a good leaf? This leaf right here, I think is super pretty. So I think this is different enough to this one obviously, but also different enough to Brazil. This whole plant was $20. And there was 2 plants inside and both stems were on the longer side, so split between 3 people. Not a bad purchase. So this Rio I grabbed from Charmaine. She cut her mother plant. So I think I got these as 3 one-leaf cuttings. They were unrooted, but I think one cutting I lost. I think it fell out of the pot and I didn't realize, and it just dried up and died. So this was grown from 2 like single leaf cuttings. I wasn't planning to show this to you today, but then I just randomly thought about it. Once it started growing, I've been really obsessing with this plant. And it grows inside my tent, which seems a little bit ridiculous for a Hederaceum, but I can't really bear to take it out because, like, yeah, it's doing super well. Look at this leaf. Don't mind my fingernails, by the way. I've been working in the garden and I didn't have gardening gloves. Well, I do have gardening gloves, but I repotted cacti with it, and now there's all these spikes inside and it hurts to wear them. So I was doing it barehanded, but we're gonna repot, so I'm not gonna brush my nails until after I film. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. I'm getting very sidetracked. Vandula also knows how much I freaking love so they have like a market section with like their produce, because they're like a produce farm. So I picked up like freaking humongous blueberries, and they know that I love their pies. They carry pies from Crowsberry Farms, and every year I go and get a peach pie with vanilla ice cream, and I just enjoy that pie for like 3 days straight. So they were so kind to gift us each a pie and ice cream. If you're local and you've never tried Crowsberry Farm pies, like, go to Vandula and get one, because they're so good. I love the peach pie. The crust is so flaky and just buttery and super nice. So that's all I grabbed from Vandula. At ArtNap, I was so excited when I found these. You would have already seen them in my footage from the store, but is this not the perfect pot for my Zenzi? It's glazed on the inside. This was $6.99. I thought was a really good deal. It's just so pretty. It's got such a nice finish. I'm really glad that it was glazed on the inside, because I really don't want the outside of this to be ruined by salt and stuff. And then we each got one of these taller ones. So this is, I think, must be, it looks like it's a 4-inch footprint on the bottom, but the top of it must be like 3.5 inches. Is my guess. So whatever I plant in it, I'm probably going to plant directly into the pot with like a leck layer on the bottom, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to plant my Zenzi into here. Like, how cute is that going to be? So freaking cute. And as promised, we're going to do a couple more repots. Ones that really need to happen like right now. So one thing I need to do is repot my Dioscorea. So my Dioscorea, this color right now, does not have a trellis. It's not very happy that it doesn't have a trellis either. So it's kind of trailing down, which I know it doesn't want to do, and it keeps grabbing onto my Philodendron Linamii. Basically anything it can get its hands on, it's going to be grabbing onto. So I really want to get it potted with a trellis. I'm going to show you in a second what I'm working with, because I don't have the perfect trellis, but we might be able to MacGyver something. So I showed this pretty recently, but what I want to do is get into a bigger pot It's filled out this pot. It's not root bound or anything, but it kind of likes water a lot. So I'm gonna get into a bigger pot with a trellis, which I only have this. Well, I have 2 Arca trellises that I grabbed from Charmaine, and I have this size, which is tiny, but I also have like a humongous one, which is too big. So what I was thinking is I can pot it into a bigger glass vessel with this on one side, this on one side, and then maybe like aquarium wood on the other side. So I have 2 options. I have this one that could maybe like, this part would stick into the substrate, and then this part would stick on top, maybe something like that, or like maybe like that. Or I also have this option. So this is, I think, is manzanita wood. This could also work too. I've used this one as a, oh, this one I used to grow my Burley Marks Fantasy before. So this kind of wood is kind of nice because it doesn't kind of deteriorate in water. It's kind of meant for aquariums. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. I think that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna have to move it out of this exo. So it lives in this one right here. There's not gonna be space for this plant anymore to give it like the high light, so I'm gonna have to move it into my other exo. And the other plant I wanted to repot, or just basically up pot, is my Cissus quadrangularis. It's growing like crazy, and I'm contemplating chopping it because this piece is getting really long and I want it to be fuller. I want to kind of set it up to be, I want to set it up so that it will start to get really full and traily this spring, summer, but also at the same time, I've never propagated this plant. I assume you just cut it at like one of these like joints, and then I know it can be water rooted. The trouble is once I cut this off, I don't think that this is going to develop very well, but I would like to cut it maybe like here. I'll get it water rooted later and then plant it back into here. In any case, this is like the world's tiniest pot for this plant. This was planted, I think, with some water roots when I got it from Charmaine. It was sometime last year. I think it was like late summer, early fall, and this dries out so fast. Luckily, it's like a very, very forgiving plant. It doesn't really throw a fuss except for that those little grape leaves brown and crisp off, but it would definitely appreciate a bigger pot. So let me just get set up here. Okay, I don't know if this angle is any good. I'm gonna be a little bit far away from you guys. Hopefully you guys can still see. We're gonna do the Zenzi first, but before I do, my camera's overheating, so we're gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back. So while my camera was cooling down, I went and just like unpotted the Zenzi and I washed it down with soap just to get the hard water staining off. So now it's looking nice and shiny. I can't tell you how happy these make me. I really like ZZs in general, but the Zenzi is just, it gives me severe cute aggression. Like, it's so compact and fat. So I'm gonna be planting directly into the pot because you can see like how short it is. So basically I don't really have anything wide and short in terms of like a cup or a nursery pot. So it's either gonna be tiny or it's gonna stick out the top. And I'm just gonna do a bit of my pond mix at the bottom. I would normally do straight leca, but I was too lazy to rinse leca, so it just has pond at the bottom. And we're gonna put them in soil. I guess I'll keep these 2 short ones because they kind of complement each other. They're like similar heights. So it's gonna look like this. I was telling Lauren how much I wanted one of these and she's just like, that's just so weird. I didn't peg you as a ZZ girl. I've always had a thing for ZZs. It's like basically, it's the first plant that I tried to take seriously in terms of plant care. And that was just like a regular green ZZ, and I still have that, but I don't give it enough light, so it's like really kind of ugly and pale. But my mom has like the most beautiful ZZ. She grows it kind of nearer to a window. It doesn't get a ton of light. That thing grows so lush, and it looks like she puts leaf shine all over it because it's so shiny and waxy and dark. Yeah, it basically doesn't even look real. So every time I go over to her house, I'm always admiring her ZZ. I also have a Raven ZZ. I've shown that on this channel before. That one also makes me quite happy. I grow that one on a windowsill that doesn't get a ton of light because it has like a roof overhang outside the window, so it doesn't get much direct sun, if any, but it has grown pretty well for me. I'm looking at it right now. It's grown 2 stalks for me since I got it in like a year, so it is a slow grower. Those stalks are like double the height of the other ones, and I'm trying to see if anything new is coming up. No, I can't see anything new coming up, but it's like really leafy and full. I don't remember whose account this was on Instagram, but there was a post by someone who really enjoys ZZs, and I think it was a Raven ZZ that they were talking about in this post, in this particular post. The ZZ is marketed as like a very easy plant because it tolerates low light and it tolerates underwatering because they have these big tubers to store the water. But this post was saying that it wasn't until they were watering their ZZ like weekly and giving it good feed and lots of light, like directly in the windowsill, did it just explode with growth, and it started growing really fast. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. I want to grow this in my plant shelf in my living room, which has Monios lights, the 24 watt ones, 25 watt ones. That light is strong enough to grow a lot of my succulents. I want to grow it there, and I'm gonna make sure that it gets watered pretty consistently. I mean, like, I will wait for the soil to dry out, but I'm not gonna water it like a cactus. I'll probably water it something like once every 2 weeks or so. Are you kidding me? This has made my entire weekend. This is so freaking cute. You know, you guys know I'm not one for decorative pots, but there was no way this was going into like a clear pot. It needed something cuter. I wish that the store had more of these, but this was the last one left. It didn't even have a price tag on it. So maybe the next time I go, I'll keep an eye out for more, because this is actually a super pretty pot. I'm so happy right now. Okay, so then we'll pot these two up for Charmaine and Jing. And we're gonna do, where did I put them? I don't know what kind of pot they want to do, so I'm just gonna pot them up in these guys, these little square translucent pots. This is the small size. This, I think I originally got it from Jing, but I'll link Lauren's product page in the description because she carries them now. Jing, I don't think she's carrying them anymore. Before we met up on Saturday, Jing was saying that she doesn't want any more plants. She gave Charmaine a cutting of her philodendron UPI, and Charmaine was trying to trade her something back in return, and Jing was like, I don't want any plants right now, like, don't give me anything. And here I am giving her a ZZ, which she didn't ask for. Pretty sure she wasn't really paying attention when we said we were gonna split this plant. I really hope that they get as much cute aggression as I do. Because with the exception of like a couple of plants, we pretty much have like the exact same taste, because we're just constantly influence each other back and forth. So that one is done. I shoved 2 Twizzlers in my mouth before I started filming because like my stomach was rumbling. Sometimes when I'm filming really hungry, and then my stomach rumbles, and I thought my mic wouldn't pick it up because it has pretty good noise canceling, but it picks up the rumbling, and I have to like edit out all those like little bits. I'm just like not talking during an active grumble, because then I can cut that whole bit out. I think it was all that gardening really worked up an appetite. I cannot tell you how happy it makes me to live somewhere with an outdoor garden. I've only lived in this house for about 3 years, and it was really the garden that sold this place for me. And I actually haven't spent much time in the garden. In terms of upkeep, like I go in and do like a big overhaul and like a lot of work kind of sporadically throughout the year, but I don't give it as much like consistent attention as I should. But every time I'm out there for a long time and doing a lot of stuff and just really getting my hands into the soil, it makes me so happy. Like, it's so rewarding to grow plants outside and like just get your hands into the earth. Okay, I think I'm done with the soil. Maybe I can put the soil away. Okay, we're all separated out. Hee hee hee, so cute. So really the only one with a little bit of damage is this one, but it's not too bad. This one looks really good. Okay, next one I think is gonna be a little bit of a project, the Dioscorea. This leaf actually ended up pretty big. Look at it. Is this going to be too small? But could I do this? I'm trying to see Because if I'm doing this kind of thing, I almost feel like I need the bigger pot. And this plant grows non-stop, right? So I feel like it's gonna be really hard to have too big of a pot for it. So I think I'm gonna do this one. And then this pot, then I'll use it for my cissus. My camera just shut off because it ran out of battery, but it's connected to an external battery. I don't understand. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I'm gonna be a little bit more efficient now and maybe ramble a little bit less. I think where we left off is we decided on the bigger vessel for the Dioscorea, and then I need a bowl. Ideally I would have this in like straight lechuza pond, but actually maybe I don't need the bowl. I was also too lazy to rinse my like straight pond. I only have my mixed pond, which is mixed with perlite and orchiata and leca, which is more chunky than lechuza pond, but that's okay because it's quite a big vessel. So we're gonna have one maybe off to the side. Can you guys see? Hold on. I'll kind of have to do this backwards. I'm behind the plant, so I'm gonna do one trellis like here. Oh, but I want it a little bit higher. I'll build up this substrate a little bit more. So maybe like here, like here. I think we like this stick more. So something like, wait, no, I need to turn it around because I can't see what you guys are seeing. I think that looks nice because when the plant twirls around the trellis, it's going to hide it. So you're really only gonna see the wood. I think that looks great. So we're gonna fill her up. By the way, I am still going to be filming a homemade pond, DIY pond video. It's still in my to-do list. I am kind of running critically low on lechuza ponds, so I will not have a choice pretty soon. So now is the hard part. Don't tell me my Velcro's downstairs. But you know what? You know what? I have an idea. We have lots and lots of wire ties. So we're just going to improvise. Okay, I know we have two plants in here. This plant confuses me. It's like trying to untangle Christmas lights. Where did you, how did you do this? I'm so confused. You come from the ground, you're back in the ground. I feel very flustered. I feel extremely flustered. So it's not going to look good for a little while because it's been growing off the trellis, but we'll just like, we'll start attaching him in different spots and then hope that he figures himself out. Hopefully this leaf will turn back around like that. So this is going to need to, I don't know, do something. Once it senses that it's on a tree, hopefully it will just figure itself out and leave my Linamii alone. I'll loop you around like this and then attach you like here-ish. The nice thing about the wood is that there are like all these little crevices and knots and stuff to attach things to. I am so hungry. This is the bit that wants to strangle my Linamii. You can see where it was twirled around the petiole. What do people do with this plant? Do they like trellis it up and then like guide it back down and then go back up again? So maybe I'll guide this one down. Okay, you can't even see the stick anymore. I wanted the stick to be somewhat of a feature, but the stick is now a background character. It doesn't look the best, I'll be honest. It could look a lot better, but hopefully it will kind of start to figure itself out and start to like face one direction, which is all I want for this plant. Sometimes plants need to look ugly before they look good. Okay, I think this is done now. It'll get some great white water off camera. This has been bothering me for so many weeks, so we finally got her done. Okay, let's work on the Cissus quadrangularis. So it's going to stay in pond. Should we chop them? Like right here? Yeah, cause like I really want to duplicate. Wait, no, hold on. Let's unpot him first because I want to see where Charmaine chopped him. Whoa, these roots are so cool. Definitely didn't look like that when I planted it. Okay, so she definitely chopped it at one of these joints. And it rooted so well. Like these big, thick roots, I don't think they looked like that. But I could be wrong. Maybe they did. I'm gonna chop them here. Okay, it's happening. Oh God. I know the plant can come back from a chop like that. It's just like, I'm a little sad that like the growth at the top is probably gonna stay really small, but that's okay. So I'm gonna let this end callus for a few days. No, not a few days, sorry, a few hours. I'll see how this feels at the end of the day. And you know what? I'll just callus this until like before I go to bed, and then I'll just chuck this into water. So when it gets some roots growing, I'm just gonna make a little hole in this pot and just pop this in, which is kind of like how I prop my Hoya linearis. So I want to pot this a little differently than I did originally. I want to pot this like kind of a little forward so that it hangs off the pot, and I'm going to pot it closer to the front of the pot, because what this plant was doing before is it was growing upwards towards the light, and I want it to kind of trail. So we're going to pot it a little bit more horizontally so it'll look more like this rather than like that. All of this might be futile because when it grows, it kind of just grows where it wants to. This plant is honestly so easy. It grows a lot faster than I expected it to, like being like kind of this like succulent type of plant. It's pretty much growing non-stop. It's another plant that's like very serotonin inducing. So this one is now done, I think. And then later when this piece roots, I'll probably like pop it in the middle here. So yeah, if you ever see this plant for sale, like I think depending on where you are, obviously, it's one of those plants where you kind of have to get it from like a private collector. It's not really a plant I see in stores. But if you see it, just get it. Even if it's a small one, it will grow and it will make you so happy. It's such a fun little plant. Honestly, I have the energy to do like a couple more plants, but with like my camera acting up and like turning off, I've been filming for way longer than I expected, and I need to get some food in me, so I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I really like filming vlogs, it turns out. I really like the kind of break in the types of stuff that I'm having to edit, and it's really fun. So hopefully you enjoy it, and let me know if you do. I need to go make dinner now, feed the dogs, do a crap load of laundry, just all my usual Sunday stuff. And then I'm gonna crawl into my new sheets again, which last night was one of the hottest nights so far this year. I was very not happy about the heat. I'm telling you, those Brooklinen sheets are definitely cooling. I found myself just moving around a lot, just like feeling the cool sheets underneath me. And I know it's not just in my head, because in the hotter months in the summer, Huxley does not jump up on the bed because it's too warm. So he just pretty much stays on the floor or on his bed on the floor. But last night he kept jumping up. Like he kept jumping up and just kind of like laying down on the sheets, like with his belly on the sheets. Usually when he jumps up at night in the winter time to cuddle, he'll like come right up to me. He'll come up to my face and like cough in my face, and I'll have all his snot in my face. And then he'll wait for me to like kind of open up my arm here, and then he'll just like snuggle up here. But he wasn't doing that last night. He was just like laying on the sheets, which my boyfriend was not happy about because they were brand new sheets. But I'm telling you, I got such a good sleep last night despite the heat, which probably is the reason why I was so energized to do all that gardening today. Thank you again to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video and for the beautiful sheets, which I am going to be loving all summer long. And once again, if you guys are looking to stock up on bedding and bath essentials this year, Brooklinen is giving you guys $20 off every order over $100 using my code YDEGH20. Make sure you use my link in the description. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.